Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and this is a pilot for a potential new vlog, blog, series, fucking who knows what you want to call it. Not a challenge show, that's what it isn't. Going forward, I'll start by explaining just what's been happening. I've been playing a lot across various sites. Doing okay, not getting good volume in, not playing as many hours as I would like, kind of like hopping between sites, kind of finding excuses. Oh, we'll not play tonight, the game's not that good, whatever. Just making excuses to not play as much as I should be playing, given that I'm somebody who relies on poker as part of his income. And kind of a lot of the reason for that is just I've not been able to find like good games, so I've been like hiding behind like poor games to just like not play poker and just do other things, you know, do more coaching or just watch TV, do things with the wife. And also I have been like kind of distracted with some stuff from work as well, so I've lost a little bit of focus, and I thought, you know what, I just fancy going right back to basics and seeing if I can like grind like I used to grind. I was having a conversation with someone who I can't remember who it was now, somebody saying how I used to be able to like play 14 tables of 6 max and play my good game and you know, like have a decent hourly rate, have a decent win rate, all those things. And now I got away from that, and to be frank, I think I've gone a bit soft, kind of taking the easy option over the years, like I have done, of like game selecting hard, looking for fish constantly. It's kind of made me a little bit soft, and in terms of like just putting the hours in and putting the grind in and just like saying, you know what, I'm just going to fucking put a 60,000 hand month in or a 50,000 hand month in, etc. And whether I've got that in me again now or not, I don't know. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't have it, but I don't think it's something you can just switch on and off whenever you please. Certainly not do that and make it pay anyway. And for those of you who don't know, I primarily that used to be a full ring player. Very, very quick potted history of my poker career would be join Pacific Poker back 2002, 2003, be a fish, play sit and goes, carry on being a shit fish, don't care, move to Betfair on the Cryptologic network, start making a little bit of money at sit and goes, short stack cash games, not because I wanted a short stacking strategy, just because I wasn't fucking bankrolled. So I'd buy in like for the minimum, buying in cash games, try and double up and fucking run away. Then got the cash game bug, learned to try and play cash games better, morphed that into playing MTTs, had some good MTT scores, got a bankroll, started playing full ring cash, played full ring cash from probably 2008 through to 2014, made decent money at it, made about $100,000, if not more. Did really well, and then moved to 6 max when Triple Eight's full ring tables, when Triple Eight lowered the cap to 6 tables and brought in Snap. I wasn't really making it work anymore at full ring. Tried a little while on PokerStars FR, when PokerStars FR was playing PokerStars FR and Triple Eight, combining the two, playing full ring. Did really good at that too, until PokerStars FR closed down to UK players, and that was my full ring career gone at that point. Thought, let's just focus on 6 max. That's when I started doing the coaching too, and most people wanted 6 max coaching, so it made sense to continue playing and demonstrating that I beat 6 max games, and we get to where we are today. Now, given that what happened recently at work, where I lost a strand of work due to a service user passing away, and not really wanting to look for more work until the new year, I decided to try and replace that income stream with poker. And that went okay at first. Played some 15 on Unibet, had a good week, made quite a lot of money. Then had a bad week, lost quite a bit of it back. I just thought, you know what, do I really want the variance of playing like 50NL 6 max, which is a fucking tough game. Even on Unibet, it's a tough game. Do I want the variance of that? Do I want the stress of that? And I just don't want that in my life. It's just not what I want. I love my life. I'm a really peaceful, chilled out fucking existence. I don't need it stressing the fuck out by playing against poker players who are at least as good, if not better than me, for stakes that are higher than that I played in a few years. But at the same time, I want a decent hourly rate. So I just fucking around, literally on Sunday, or was it Sunday? Sunday or Monday, one of the days anyway, early this week, could have been Monday actually, I just decided to fucking fire up as many full ring games on PokerStars as I could, and just basically, I was just doing it for the fun of it, you know, let's just do it, see what happens. And the games actually seemed pretty good, so I did it again for the next day, and I really enjoyed it. I got some good volume in. I was getting like 1,000 hands per hour. It was good. I enjoyed it, and it just got like a nugget going in my brain. And I'm doing one or two. I'm going to do one or two things. I'm going to stick at full ring for a little while at least because it suits me. I'm a naturally conservative player. Full ring suits me. But also I've got ambitions to like play at least 25NL again at like on PokerStars, or 50NL maybe at full ring, where I feel I can be competitive. So my decision is either do I just converge all my money, because for those of you who don't know, I keep my money all over the sites. I keep around £200 or £300 on Sky, like £200 or £300 on Unibet, more if I'm playing 50NL, like $300 or so on AAA, $300 or so on PokerStars, $300 or so on Party Poker. So I've got my bankroll, like the roll that I keep online is around 1,500, and it's spread across lots of sites. I also then have like a PayPal account that I like drip money into and like use it to move money around the sites, and then obviously I take my profit out of PayPal and put it in the bank. That's how my bankroll works. So my net bankroll is probably around $2,000 at the moment, just maybe slightly over, not sure, something like that though. I haven't looked for like last few days, so I'm not sure where we're at, but I keep it around $2,000 across the sites and PayPal, and the rest just goes into the bank. So I could just like converge, like I could say, right, Unibet, I'm not going to play there for a while, take the money off Unibet, take the money off Party, and just put like $900 on PokerStars, and immediately just say, fuck it, I'm going to play a 25NL full ring, a 16 table it, hopefully get an hourly rate of like $12, $15 an hour, and whatever shit rewards we get. But also, when I was discussing like potentially going back to play full ring on Facebook, one of the members said, why don't you make like a little blog or type challenge series from it? And I don't want to start a challenge again, because how many people start challenges, never finish them? I'm fucking chronically bad at it. I start challenges all the time and don't finish them. So I'm not going to do it as a challenge. It might be that, and what I'm going to try and do for the next couple of days, maybe till after the weekend, is just grind like fuck, see what I get my bankroll up to. And if, my bankroll on start is currently at something like $300, maybe $400, something like that. And to play 16 tables of 25NL, I kind of want to have at least $600 to spread across the tables before I start doing it. So it might just be that if I'm not anywhere near that come the weekend or after the weekend, just like take the money off one of the sites and do it properly. Hopefully by like the middle of, or the end of the month, middle of next month, we can be fully up to speed playing 25NL full ring, because the 16NL games don't go too well. But I'm going to use like the next maybe 5 or 6 days to just continue practicing playing the 16 tables, getting fully up to speed with it, getting my full ring game right back to scratch, right back up to par, because when I first started back at full ring I was maybe a little bit too loosey, a bit too like lacking a little bit of discipline. So I'm going to use 10NL as a training ground probably until I've got maybe 20,000 hands in, and then either make a decision to continue down the full ring route or just decide not to do it. But if I do continue down the full ring route after 20,000 hands, it's likely I'm just going to move some money across and move straight up to 25NL, unless my hourly rate's so good that I think I can win my way there, because I do like the idea of just like building a bankroll from almost scratch on PokerStars. It's a nice idea. It'd be nice to just build it up, and then at Christmas just withdraw the money from the other accounts and then just spend it on Christmas or something. So it's a nice goal to maybe try and say, let's just try and win a bankroll on PokerStars so we can just continue playing. And it's a nice goal to have. It's a nice idea, but I'm not setting it as a definite goal, because in a couple of weeks' time I might just decide, fuck it, instead of winning my way there, just move some money around and do it. But this is just a pilot video for basically the format of like doing some live play videos. It's going to be one massive table, well, 16 tables, but stacked up on one massive table. We're not going to see results till the end of the video. We're just going to kind of just play and play and play and play and play. We won't have time to check hands as they're playing out. This is exactly how I grind. I just play. I don't check results, and I just check them at the end. And so it's basically just going to be an exact. It's just what you see is exactly how my session is. And I just need some feedback from you guys. Are you going to like it or not? Is it something you're going to be able to cope with? When I did the similar sort of strategy playing 4 tables of fast forward on Party Poker, it got a mixed reception. I'm expecting this to get an even more like slightly negative reception because it's full ring. If it's not what you guys want, I'll stop doing it. I don't know what I'll do with the channel, but I'll stop doing these videos. By the way, thank you very much. We're now at 1,000 subscribers, so I can stop asking for likes and shares and all that sort of shit. if you like it, do hit the like button. If you're happy with this content, you'd like to see more of it, like to keep updated with how it's going, let me know. If you think it's a bit dull and not feeling a bit boring, again, please let me know. If we get too much negative feedback, I'll take that as constructive criticism, and I'll have to have a rethink about what I do with the channel whilst I'm doing the full ring thing. But yeah, let me know what you think, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Right then, let's get stuck in. Not going to be a huge amount of comment when I'm just like cycling through an awful lot of folds, but as we talked about, I'm not sure this format's going to be super popular. It's just a pilot episode, and we will go through the hands at the end. If it proves unpopular, then we'll just figure out some other way of doing things. Going to keep barreling pretty big here with our 2 pairs with the ace-3. Shit, that should have been a call. That was a mistake with the 2-8. And bet the river. And win. And we got to see that win there, which is nice. Big props to Jeremy Corbyn, my man JC, hashtag JC for PM. With absolutely no apologies whatsoever to anyone that isn't a massive Corbynista. If you're not, get with the winning team. It's happening. Anyways, that's enough of the political nonsense. Hopefully Emily heard it, given she's possibly one of the only Tories I have in any way a reasonable relationship with. But yeah, enough of that. You will see me making some folds, especially if you come from a 6-max background, that will fucking make you want to puke. I don't need telling every 30 seconds in the video. At fucking 5 minutes 23, you folded 8-9 suited versus under the gun. Do you think this is exploitable or bad, etc.? If I'm folding, usually it's because I think it's the right thing to do, and if I think I make a mistake and I misclick like I did with the pocket 8s, I'll hopefully pick up on it straight away and mention it. But you're going to see me playing like very tight ranges versus early position opens, unless I think the person's a fish. Then we can maybe play some. Not the best of turn cards to barrel off on here. I'm going to check, and hopefully this player will check back and let us see a cheap river. Hope I don't time out frequently. I'm going to fold versus this caller 3-bet then donk on this board. I'm going to start dropping some bombs on this board and see what happens. Hopefully frequently people will just check fold. This guy has led out on the turn, which is going to let our 7-6 go now. Yeah, but I don't need people to tell me or to observe that you're playing too tight, man. It's nitty, you're too nitty, this and it's full ring. Playing tight's what you do, it's how you get the job done. Again, it's not for all you guys. Again, some of you guys are going to think I couldn't do that. But it is what it is. We're not going to come to the full ring streets and then try and start playing a 22/17 style with an 11% 3-bet. That's not what we're going to be doing. It's not how we approach full ring. It's not how most people approach full ring, and I don't think it's the right way to approach it personally. I will get out of line very rarely, but when I do, it's hopefully usually for a good reason and not because I'm tilting my brains out. I will open these types of hands from later position, from like traditional 6-max positions, but I'm not really looking to play them that often versus tight early position raises. Now I know what you're going to say to that. Oh, well, what about your implied odds, etc, 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 not calling with the deuces versus that stack size. I know you're going to say all these things about implied odds. I don't think we have super implied odds anymore with suited connectors. Good tight regulars are pretty good at identifying boards that aren't great for them and at pot controlling. People just don't go fucking broke with overpairs on wet boards so much anymore, especially in single raise pots. It just isn't happening that often. Certainly going to slow play our set of jacks here. Probably go for a turn check raise. And if he's got a flush, he's going to win all the money. Versus this stack size, we're just going to bet small. If he jams, call. If not, jam the river ourselves. We're going to call here and probably call all rivers except clubs. And if he's got a flush, then good for him. I'm not really worried about the 4. If he's got a 7 that's raised a flop, then again, absolutely more power to him. I'll see the result at the end. Not going to be checking now. Games are looking pretty reasonable today. Lots of unknowns with... I'm probably not going to be able to get everybody tagged actually, there's that many, but yeah, it's looking good, looking good. Just try and tag fish when we see them. I'm going to miss some. Hopefully we'll catch up with them all eventually. 3-bet by 6/4. And we can safely let everything except kings and aces go there. I'm going to flat with the 7-5 suit in the buttons because there's a fish in the pot which is going to have to force the open raiser to play somewhat honestly post flop. So hopefully it will give us a chance to realise more of our equity, given that he probably shouldn't just be like c-betting any 2 with the fish in the pot. And sometimes we just get to smash a flop and take all of someone's money. 7-5 wasn't wanting the 9-7-10 two-tone flop though, so we'll just let it go. Gonna get to open a chest too. Won't that be fucking remarkable? It's hard to complain about the lack of rewards on PokerStars when we saw just how little rake was actually paying in these games. When you've got a rake of 5 big blinds 100, it's really hard to be pissed off that there's no rewards. Because you're not really earning any rewards when you're not paying much rake. Excuse me. Is that the real Tonka? Who knows? If anyone knows that's a real Tonka, please let me know. I have no idea what his screen names are. Is it the real Tonka randomly turning up in 10 Zoom, or is it just some shit Tonka tribute act? No way I'm folding here. Overpair, gut shot, wet board. Not happening. Although that isn't a particularly good river. And we don't have any blockers to flushes. Guess we're going to have to tap out on the river if he goes again. Which I don't really like doing, but sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. Feels kind of gross, but what can we do? Squeeze here against the fish. And when you call on the turn, because like there's lots of draws, and then lots of the draws hit the river with like the overcard and the diamond. Yeah, the whole point of calling the turn is he can be semi-bluffing, and then lots of his semi-bluffs then appear to get there on the river, and then you still click call. You're probably making some kind of mistake. Much tougher spot there if the river bricks off when he jams or makes a big bet. Going to 3-bet small here with the king 10 suited to isolate what's probably a fish. Or to try and isolate. Might not work, but try and isolate. Eight 9 suited, just about an open. I think it's a little bit on the loose side, but we're in the 6 max under the gun seat in games where we will probably fold more often pre-flop, so probably just about get away with it. Peeled on the flop, ace-3. I'm going to bang the turn. I mean, we're probably not drawing dead unless he has pocket 3s, and he might call once and fold with some pocket pairs. It doesn't, and we completely break. There's absolutely not a chance I'm going to bluff this river. Way too likely he just has a reasonable ace. He isn't going to be folding. In my opinion, beating these games is all about discipline. I'm going to probably double barrel this board with our ace jack with 2 overcards, just to put maximum pressure on medium pairs. I'm gonna think about blasting some rivers if some high cards roll off. Sorry. That is not a good run out for getting middle pairs to fold, so he's going to give up now. He's called twice. I don't expect him to be folding pocket pairs at this point. Completely missed with the 8-6. Just contemplating going for a c-bet, but there's just no turn cards. I can see myself barreling, so we won't bother. A great flop for the aces. Pretty good flop for the ace-king. Even nicer when we get check raised. Obviously there's no reason to raise here. He's going to call and hopefully he keeps blasting and we cool the fuck out of him. He does. We pick up a wonderful draw to go with it. Happy days. Hopefully we hold. Or hopefully we get there with the flush in case we are in a chop situation. We'll go for it. Hold the queens. Try and re-isolate this dude. Set mine the fives just because if we're a little bit deeper. Normally I would fold them 100 blinds deep, but we can definitely set mine one a bit deeper. Going to go for a check raise semi bluff with the ace jack suited, ace 10 suited. Sorry, we have some back doors. His bet size wasn't particularly convincing. Now we're just going to call it off there. Checking the ace jack. Busy. Fold to fives. Deal with the jack 10. Get the ace king result later. Probably absolutely infuriating you guys that you're not seeing results, but this is how my sessions are. We don't check results till the end. We just sit, we play, we have massive table up so we can see all the stats. Doesn't challenge our eyesight. And we flop straights. Just what we do. I'm going to make a small raise versus this small donk bet. Hopefully he's got something he wants to 3-bet with. If he's just randomly bluffing, then it's kind of unlucky for us, but what can we do? Letting the ace jack go to the overbet. I don't think he's going to be particularly well balanced there. He's going to be heavily weighted towards just having the fucking nuts. We'll see if he's going to jam our straight. In for a discount, so I think we just set mine with the sevens. Don't like it because he's got no fucking money, but given we're in for a discount, we'll give it a shot. We'll miss. Not standing for this donk bet. Not standing for it at all. I'm not going to continue on this particular turn card. It's not great. It's don't called, which suggests he either has a draw or he has a made hand that he enjoys. Trying to get people to fold, that type of thing isn't really in my to-do list. We're going to call with the ace-2 suited versus a potential fish. Fold to this river overbet. I do laugh in these games when people overbet because it's like they're so like just ridiculously weighted to bluffs, to value hands, because they're all such nits. I'm sure there'll be some guys out there that are using the overbet strategy effectively, but not very many. This guy doesn't fold too many 3-bets, so we'll look to 3-bet him and then look to c-bet quite liberally. I'll get 4-bet and make a trivially simple fold to check back the ace-deuce. Can't always open the ace-jack off, but I saw 2 pieces of green. So when we have pieces of green out there, we'll look to play a little bit wider. Hold the 9s to the 12-9 with the small 3-bet. Bet this turn, charge draws with a view to check your back lot to rivers. Definitely folding if I get raised. It's not even a decision. Going to check back now. Hope to win. In position, I would maybe think about flatting with kings versus someone who currently has folded 200% of 3-bets, but it's a small sample size and we're out of position, so we can't control when the money goes in or when bets go in post flop. He's probably just going to fold and we're probably going to win a small pot, but we're not going to be getting tricky out of position with 2 kings. The greatest of flops for the ace queen, but again, probably going to double barrel. I quite enjoyed double barreling 2 over cards in these games. Get a ton of respect. It all could be the ace king versus his stack size, who's going to bomb and sigh and call. I'm certainly just going to flat with the kings in position when someone's, albeit a small sample size. We don't want to get carried away with small sample sizes and like not 3-betting some hands, but we don't mind from time to time. Flat here because of the fish just flying, or potential fish. Flopped an overpair. I guess we're just going to go into fast play mode now. And we're just going to get it in. If he's got aces over set, then tough tits. We were going to lose a big part. If we did 3-bet, he wasn't going to be folding jacks or queens pre, etc, etc. Good chance we're just going to lose there, by the way. I'm not super hopeful that that's going to turn into putting in the win column for us. Should have been something there, shouldn't have folded the sixes. Probably would have isolated. I must have been sat out there somewhere for a moment. It seemed to take ages. I mean, this was 16 tabling here, and we still have these extended pauses from time to time. Check raised. We just top pair, no kicker in the bin. Really shitty turn card with the ace jack, so we're going to try and behave ourselves. 3-bet the ace queen here. Don't plan on check calling down, so we just check fold now. Obviously focusing on being super disciplined. Probably you guys tearing your hair out. What paying off in these games is the absolute fucking nut low. It's bad enough when you pay off in 6-max games. When you pay off in full ring games, it's a big problem. And this guy seems active enough where I'm just going to jam the ace queen as kind of a semi bluff. Hope he sometimes folds some pairs, sometimes we just win flips, all that type of good junk. I'm going to bet one more time here with the ace queen. Although I'm nervous, he's just going to jam it in my eye. Same thing. Very small check raise. Probably drawing dead. Min raised by a 13/6. A little bit concerned that we might be getting trapped with the Ace King versus a mega nit, so we're not going to be bloating the pot unnecessarily. Now the King's come down, very confident with the best hand. Just hope we can find something to call with. Completely giving up with the 10 Jack of Spades, by the way, in a multi-way pot. Should have bet the Queen 5 there, that was a mistake. Make a pretty small 4-bet here with the Kings, probably get it in against the Aces and get my ass kicked, but what are we going to do? Kind of been an awkward sizing there because it was, I didn't want to flat and go multi-way, but because his 3-bet was so big, it kind of made it awkward for us to make a reasonable 4-bet size, but we went for it anyway. Probably not a unreasonable chance we just got a bunch of folds there, given that the hand hasn't popped back up yet. Defend the 9-8 suited versus the min raise against someone's likely a fish with what seems like who knows what in the big blind. Maybe that was a slight mistake. Maybe we just didn't want a 3-bet versus someone I think probably isn't going to fold that often. It's just a min raise. We'll try and flop a set with the deuces. I wonder if I've ever put a cap in place on PokerStars, because it feels like I could cope with more than 16 tables, but PokerStars right now don't let me play more than 16, so I wonder if that's something I've done in the past. That's what I'm probably going to look into. Not going to call the all in from a 13/4. This guy so far has got a steal of 8%, so happily let the ace-5 off go blind versus blind. Pretty irritating turn card on the pocket sixes. Led out with a good shot here, and we got called in 2 spots, so give up when we don't improve. Small 4-bet with the aces against the 30/10. Hope he's actually got something he likes and he's not just dicking around. Looks like he was just dicking around, given that the table hasn't popped back to us. This guy only c-bets 48%. We're not going to call with third pair on a dry flop. That'll be the nuts. And it's no longer the nuts, but we're going to make a small raise. If he jams, I'm going to puke, but we'll probably have to side call. Hope he doesn't have the absolute nizzles. Check back the ace king. Bet fold river. These games are remarkably simple to play. Not saying they're like easy to beat, and you've although they are quite easy to beat. Boring if you're a bit of a 6-max action junkie, and you're going to find it really hard to adjust to these games if you're thinking of giving them a look. But they really are very simple to play. Usually just respect aggression and make sure you get your value bets in. If you get out of line in these games, usually, if you get out of line, sorry, not usually, if you get out of line in these games and you're getting out of line by just like paying up in some like spots where you really don't beat anything much, that's what's going to really hurt you in these games. It's can be tempting to like over bluff in some spots as well from time to time, but that's not going to hurt you too much, because you do, you know, a lot of barrels do carry an awful lot of fold equity. Yeah, I think the biggest mistake players make in these games that I can tell is just like not being able to get away from reasonable strength hands when faced with like decent aggression. If you shit at folding top pair, then full ring's really going to punish you. If you're decent post flop and you're good at identifying spots for thin value, and also spots where you can semi-bluff or bluff effectively. It's really good. Aggression does pay off in these games. Not like unbridled aggression, but good, solid, selective aggression, and being disciplined enough to like lay down some pretty strong hands when faced with pressure. Overall, it's going to be like a pretty decent like game plan. And if you want to deviate from that against certain players, then make sure you've got a bloody good reason. It's not sexy, but it's very effective. And I expect it to be equally effective at like 16 though when we start playing more of those games, or especially 25 and L. I expect it to still be pretty damn effective. Could be wrong, but I don't think there's as much difference. Excuse me. If you're playing, excuse me, while I just clear my throat, it's going to pause for a second. If you're playing 6 max zoom and you're jumping from 10L to 25L, and imagine the jumping skill level is going to be pretty stark. You're going to notice it. Games are going to get significantly tougher. I don't expect the jump to be anywhere near as much of a tough examination in full ring. Not even close. You're still going to be up against a bunch of nits with some random fish just like interspersed. What makes like 25L zoom much tougher than 10L zoom is you just run into like a lot more good loose aggressive regulars, which is what makes it much tougher. If we're not going to be running into like lots of like good super laggy players, I mean, and it's a 12-10 to 12-10 whether he's playing 10L or 25L, whereas I've lost focus now. Lost focus, give up. Yes, like a nit's a nit. They're gonna like have similar ranges and play them similarly at like all the macro stakes limits. But if you get like say 10NL, the average regular is 19-16, but at 20NL, so at 25NL, the average regular is say 24-20. It makes a big difference in like how difficult the games are. Makes a big difference because you're just getting your people are just 3-betting your face off way more, which brings lots and lots of challenges that you just don't get. And so the biggest difficulty at moving up in 6 max games is that they just get so much more aggro pre-flop, and you're putting so many more tough spots pre-flop. I think that's the biggest difficulty when you move up. That's much less of a thing in full ring games, where people just aren't that prone to adopting a laggy style. But it's helped this session that we've had very little action with our stronger hands. Because much like any other poker game, you still need to get action with you when you're at the top of your range to make it pay. There's not many guys playing ring poker, maybe heads up, but ring poker, they're going to be making all their money by making people fold. The way to make money in these games typically is both 6 max and full ring is make a strong hand, get value. That's like the way to do things. So when you do make your strong hands, if you're not getting value for them for whatever reason, you know, either your image is such that you're getting too many folds, or definitely going to double barrel this turn card, or you're just running into like the middle and bottom parts of people's ranges, then there's not much you're going to be able to do about it. This donk bet doesn't make much sense. I'm actually going to bluff raise versus it rather than just call it with second pair. Lot of folding there. Just rattle the folds out. I'm going to go on and play for more than an hour here, but I think we'll stop the video pretty soon and probably play for an hour, record for an hour. Well, not probably record for 55 minutes, then do 5 minutes at the end looking back at the results of the big pots we played. Maybe think about check raising on this board with the king queen if we face a small c bet. Limp, ISO, call, squeeze the ace queen as a bluff. Ruining about imperfects min donk, but we just rep sets really hard here versus whatever this guy is called. And if the guy who's min donked actually has a real hand and 3-bet shoves on us, then fuck our lives. Fold the ace queen, super trivial. We finally get some value. Let's see. No, looks like we just got a fold with our set of sevens too. So we've had like several strong flopped made hands that we haven't managed to turn into a big pot victory. Don't think that's necessarily anything to do with my image. I think it's more to do with just, as I said earlier, players just not having very much when we've had strong hands. So we checked back the flop, just called the turn. We can't leave this river for value. I'm going to hope it goes check check and we win. I might check call a small bet. Although probably not versus a green tag player. No, you're not blue, you're green, are you? But we do block ace jack, etc. King jack, fuck it, we'll just make the call. It's a small pot. You can have some weaker shit that's just randomly bluffing a guess. Not very often, probably just going to lose there a decent amount, but not much we're going to be able to do about it in a pot that size. Take a flop with the 8s in position, given his range is so strong. We might just get tons of value with the set. Peel once here and then just give up if he barrels. Especially versus that size. All in. Raisy daisy. Raisy daisy versus a donk bet. I'll get after weak donk bets a lot. 3-bet, yes, 10 suited versus someone who might not be that into folding to 3-bets. Big C-bet here, no point disguising my range, it's full ring, a 3-bet pre-flop and I'm C-betting. It's not going to be that difficult to put me on 2 aces or 2 kings or whatever, so disguising my range isn't really going to help much, or betting small. Just going to continue betting here. If he raises, it's going to be behind, cry, call it off anyway. Stab here and then just barrel any 8 or blue card. Pretty much that's it. That's the plan. Not much of a plan, but I imagine the C-bet's going to have like a pretty high success rate anyway, so we don't need much of a backup plan. I'm going to bomb this turn and commit. Should we just jam? Actually, I think we should just jam. Certainly get caught by worse. And don't really want to bet small there on a board that's quite textured. $88.25. That's mighty loose. We're going to just stab small versus someone with them stats. His range going to be so wide. What the fuck is that, sir? What are you doing? Well, someone put something in the water in Bolivia. Again, just bomb this turn. Giving up once he calls. I'm going to check this river, giving chance to turn a weaker made hand into a bluff, or just bluff miss clubs. And we're just about done. Let's sit out 16 cash game tables, and then we'll have a little dive into Hold'em Manager and check out some results. Don't think we've made money this session. I think we've probably lost, but I don't think it's been horrific. Feels like we've struggled to get value. That's what it feels like we've done this session, or not done. Alright, sat out of them all already. That was quick. Okay, so let's bring Hold'em Manager in. So here comes a big reveal. What did we do? Did we win or did we lose? Pretty sure we lost. Lost $3.22 in the video. Yeah, we did well though. We recovered quite nicely. We were down $25 at our peak. We managed to get back quite nicely. I'm going to guess my red line's fucking horrendous for this session. No, it's not. I'm really pretty pleased at red line, because it felt like we were just like folding a lot and giving up a lot and getting blown off pots, but red line's pretty good. Slightly below EV, big deal, who cares? Let's look at some of these bigger pots. See, we can just give you guys some closure on what's happened in the bigger pots. Right, first of all, whatever this one was, I won't recall any of these. I wouldn't have thought. Blind versus blind. We 3-bet, he called. We flopped the nuts, and we got it all in and won. Wasn't that fucking remarkably exciting? It's queen versus pocket tens. We 3-bet, he called, and he decided to just call it all off on the turn. Nice. Ace is just folded through. Yes, he just folded the river, did he? On this one, this is one where we just check called twice with the set. Yeah, he bet folded the river. Let's have a look at the big pots that we lost. Righty-ho, we had the jacks here. This guy had the king queen suited. Yeah, he's semi-phrased the flop. Yeah, whatever, it's just what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not going to shoot myself for not folding a set there. He can, I mean, I'm assuming that he's going to be playing lower sets the same way. Maybe not, who knows, but yeah, I'm not going to kick myself up the ass for losing a stack with a set. Kings appear like they've lost to deuces. See what's happened here. Actually, we slow played pre-flop and then went for the fast play. Never mind. Yeah, whatever. Again. Yeah, if we 3-bet pre-flop, he maybe doesn't call, we do see we win a smaller pot, but that's just plain results. Probably should have 3-bet pre-flop. I've allowed myself to get caught up by that 100% fold to 3-bet, but over that sample size, maybe I should stick. Well, in fact, I absolutely 100% should not. I think the mistake here is definitely pre-flop. Well, not the fact that I called. Sometimes I think it's fine just to slow play some big pairs pre-flop. The mistake is that I saw the 100% and didn't investigate. Queens versus sevens. And wow, someone just flopped a set versus big fucking deal, and we just, yeah, whatever. Who cares about that? Alright, we just got ace king in pre, whatever. Lost to jacks. Yeah, so there we go. Let me know what you think of the format, guys, because I'm more than happy to bang a fucking ton of these out. But if they're not popular and people don't want to see them, it's full ring, it's one table, all you can see. It's, I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you think it's good, if you think you want to see more, if you're happy with the format, great. If not, then I'll think of something else to do, because this is kind of what my grind's going to be, at least for a little while we try and get to 25 and L. It's how it's going to be. It's just what my grind's going to take. So if live play videos aren't going to work, let's face it, hand reviews aren't going to be great at full rings. It's just usually going to be an awful lot of, oh, that was a cooler, oh, that was a cooler, oh, that was a cooler, hopefully being on the right side of more than not. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you enjoy the video, or you got something from it, great. If you haven't and you think it's shit, let me know, but please don't just say it's shit. Try to be a bit more constructive than that. And yeah, if nothing else, wish me luck. I think we'll leave it there. We're going to finish right on the hour. My OCD is going to let me wait for the hour to come up. Then we're going to say goodbye. So, bye for now.